My best friend Aiden sent me a screenshot from Lana's private page. She was at a restaurant smiling, mood lighting, and small plates on a dark table. The kind of smile you put on when you want people to know you're doing great. The caption said something about being free from toxic people. She was wearing the $300 jacket, the one from the mall, the one I said no to, the one that led to her shoving me into a bench in front of strangers. She was wearing it in a restaurant, smiling, posting about being free, while she slept on her parents' floor and tried to take half my life through the courts. I called Aiden. He answered like he'd been waiting. Name it. Aiden had been my best friend since high school, and he was at my wedding, standing in the back watching Lana tell Heaven she could have done better while I held the cake. I told him everything. He listened, then said, I was at your apartment the night Lana brought up the prenup. I heard her say it was for her protection. I heard every word. I had a witness, and Lana didn't know about him. The next morning, I brought Aiden to Mr. Aquino's office. Aiden said it straight. She was sitting on the couch, and she looked at him and said, I need to protect myself in case this doesn't work out. She wasn't pressured. She wasn't scared. She was in charge. Mr. Aquino said, this is strong, but a friend's testimony can be seen as biased. We need more. That night, I sat at my own dining table scrolling through years of messages. I went back to the months before the wedding. I scrolled past hundreds of texts about catering and seating charts. Then I found it. A text from Lana, sent about a month before the wedding. Gulliver finished the papers. Sign them this weekend or we need to talk about postponing. She wasn't asking. She was setting a deadline and attaching a threat to it. Sign the prenup or the wedding might not happen. 20 minutes later, I found something better. A message Lana had sent in a group chat by mistake, meant for her mother. I made sure the prenup covers me. He didn't even question it. I screenshot both. I brought them to Mr. Aquino the next day. He read the second one and for the first time since I'd met him, smiled. That's the one. She just admitted in writing that she orchestrated it. 2 days later, Lana's attorney Colt filed a motion alleging the prenup was signed under emotional duress and that I'd used financial control throughout the marriage. He requested a full review of the prenup's enforceability before the divorce could move forward. 6-week delay. During those weeks, Lana called my workplace. She left a message saying she needed to speak with me urgently about a personal matter. The receptionist looked at me with that careful expression people get when they know something is going on but don't want to ask. She showed up at my parents' house twice with gifts, candles, a framed photo from the wedding. Bree didn't let her in the second time. One night on Aiden's couch, I told him I was starting to wonder if it was worth the fight. Maybe I should just give her something to make it stop. Aiden grabbed my arm. Not rough, just firm. That's exactly what she wants you to feel. That's what she's been doing for 3 years. Don't you dare quit now. He was right. The urge to give in just to make it all stop wasn't a new feeling. It was the same feeling that made me apologize after she shoved me. It was the same reflex that almost made me promise Ken I'd think about changing the terms. Lana had trained me to fold. 2 weeks before the hearing, my phone rang on a Tuesday night. Heaven. Voice shaking so bad I almost asked if she was okay before she said anything. Lana asked me to write a statement saying you pressured her into signing the prenup. She wanted me to say I saw you threaten her. She asked me 3 times. The last time she screamed at me and called me a traitor. I'm done covering for her. I asked if she'd give a truthful statement instead. She said yes, if she didn't have to see Lana at the hearing. I told her I'd make sure of it. Mr. Aquino drafted the declaration. Heaven signed it within 48 hours. She confirmed Lana brought up the prenup on her own, that Lana personally asked Gulliver to draft it, that at no point did I pressure anyone. And then Heaven added something else, something I hadn't asked for. She wrote that at the wedding reception. Lana told her she could have done better, but that I was stable. Mr. Aquino read that part and paused. That establishes a pattern. She didn't see him as a partner. She saw him as a safe bet. This is exactly the kind of detail a judge notices. The next day, Gulliver called. His voice was different, less guarded. Heaven told me what she did. If she's talking, I might as well too. I don't want Lana dragging my name into court saying I was some kind of accomplice. He confirmed he found the template on a free legal website, that Lana sat next to him the whole time and told him exactly what to type, that I was never in the room. Lana told me exactly what she wanted in it. I just typed it up. Mr. Aquino looked at the pile, texts, declarations, screenshots, and said, this is overwhelming. Lana found out somehow. Maybe Heaven told her, maybe Gulliver did. She called me at 11 at night, voice raw, like the mask had finally cracked. You turned my own family against me, my own cousin. Are you happy? I said. You turned them against yourself, Lana. I just asked them to tell the truth. Long silence. Then, low and steady, like a door closing. You're going to regret this. I promise you. I hung up. The morning of the hearing, I had one new message from her. Last chance. Drop the prenup terms and we split everything 50-50. Or I will make this hearing the worst day of your life. I screenshot it and forwarded it to Mr. Aquino. His reply came back in under a minute. Thank her for the evidence of attempted intimidation. See you in an hour. The hearing room was smaller than I expected. A plain table, fluorescent lights, a judge behind a desk that looked like it belonged in a school principal's office. Lana sat on the other side with her chin lifted, hands folded, that quiet, suffering expression I'd watched for 3 years. It was a performance. She was performing right now, and she hadn't even opened her mouth yet. Colt stood up. He argued I'd financially controlled Lana, that the prenup was part of a pattern, that she signed a document she didn't fully understand because she was in a relationship where she didn't feel safe pushing back, that the terms were so one-sided, no reasonable person would agree, unless under pressure. I sat there listening to someone describe a marriage I was actually in and getting every detail backwards. Lana didn't feel unsafe pushing back. Lana pushed back on everything. She pushed back so hard one day she shoved me into a bench. Mr. Aquino stood and read the deadline text aloud. Gulliver finished the papers. Sign them this weekend or we need to talk about postponing. He let it sit. Then he read the group chat message. I made sure the prenup covers me. He didn't even question it. He handed both to the judge. The judge read them silently, eyes moving back over the second one twice. Lana's expression flickered, fast, like a crack in a window. Then Mr. Aquino presented Gulliver's signed statement. He read the key parts aloud, found the template on a free legal site. Lana sat beside him, telling him exactly what to put in each section. I was never present during any part of the drafting. Gulliver had no law degree, no legal training. The entire prenup from start to finish was created at Lana's specific instruction. Colt tried to redirect. He said even if Lana started the prenup process, that didn't change the fact the terms were unfair. He called the terms unconscionable. The judge looked at Colt and asked, "Did she read the document before she signed it?" Colt paused. Not long enough to notice. She trusted the process. The judge asked again, sharper, "Did she read it?" Colt opened his mouth, but Lana leaned forward and answered first. She didn't raise her hand. She didn't wait for permission. "I didn't think I needed to. I was the one who wanted it. Why would it hurt me?" The room went still. The judge looked at her, then down at his notes, and wrote something. Slow, careful. Colt closed his eyes for half a second, the way someone does when they know something just went very wrong and they can't undo it. Under the table, Mr. Aquino tapped my knee. One tap. He didn't look at me. He didn't smile. But I understood what it meant. Lana had just confirmed, on the record, in her own voice, in front of the judge, that she was the one who wanted the prenup. Then Mr. Aquino stood again. He read Heaven's declaration, that Lana brought up the prenup on her own, that at the reception Lana told Heaven she could have done better, but I was stable, that during the divorce, Lana contacted Heaven and asked her to write a false statement claiming I'd pressured and threatened Lana into signing, that Lana asked 3 times, that when Heaven refused, Lana screamed at her and called her a traitor. Mr. Aquino's voice stayed level the whole time. The judge looked at Lana. For the first time, her face changed in a way she couldn't control, not anger, something closer to panic. The judge turned to Colt. "Would your client like to respond to the allegation of witness tampering?" Colt straightened his tie. "My client denies that characterization." The judge nodded once. "The declaration is noted for the record." 20-minute recess. When the judge came back, he ruled the prenup enforceable. Both parties leave with what they brought into the marriage. The claim of duress was not supported by the evidence. Then he said something I'll remember for a long time. He said the documentary record suggested the opposite of duress, that the petitioning party, Lana, was the architect of the agreement. Architect, the person who designed it, the person who built the thing that was now keeping her out of everything she thought she'd walk away with. Lana sat frozen, not performing anymore, not sitting straight with her chin lifted and her hands folded, just frozen, like someone who walked into a room and found out the floor wasn't there. Colt reached for his briefcase and started packing his papers without looking at her. Mr. Aquino shook my hand. I picked up my folder, pushed in my chair, and started toward the door. As I passed Lana's side of the table, she said, almost under her breath, "You'll never find anyone better than me." I stopped. I looked at her for 3 full seconds, not with anger, not with hate. Then I said, "I know you believe that. That's the saddest part." I walked out and didn't look back.